Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. Today I am sharing my pre-K homeschool curriculum picks for my 4-year-old.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Welcome back to today's vlog. I'm super excited about today's video. I have been compiling all of the curriculum that we are going to be using for my 4-year-old to do pre-K. And it is such an exciting time. This is really the first year that we are going to get busy, get into more of a routine with school, and I have a ton of beautiful, just wonderful, amazing curriculum picked out for this pre-K school year, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into my curriculum picks. Okay, let's talk about the core curriculum that we're gonna be using. We are gonna be using the Gentle and Classical Preschool. I'm so excited to use this curriculum. It is a Charlotte Mason classical inspired curriculum. It's absolutely beautiful. This last year in preschool, we were focusing on learning our letter sounds. So we're simply focusing on the alphabet and numbers. And we are just going to really dive deeper into that in the Gentle and Classical Preschool. So I'm super excited. Everything is so well organized and it's so beautiful. Each week, we're gonna be focusing on a different letter of the week and then really diving into some fun things like a nursery rhymes, manners and hygiene. We have math, we have an artist and music study, motor skills, catechisms, characters, scripture, and there's even poems and things like handicrafts. So I'm super excited to do this curriculum. If you do buy this curriculum, you have the option to buy it in a bundle. So you can just get the teacher's guide or you can get the bundle. I got the bundle because I'm super excited to utilize every facet of this curriculum itself. So there is a handicraft guide that I have that we're gonna go through, and each week is a different handicraft that you have the option of doing with your child. And Lola loves crafts. She absolutely loves them, and we're gonna try and get in as many crafts as possible with her because it's something that she loves. Another thing that you get with the bundle is this preschool morning binder. And I absolutely love how beautiful it is. I put it in this folder so that we can use dry erase markers and use it time and time again. But each day we will go through and work on writing her name, how old she is. There's just a ton of things working on our days of the week and our months of the year and all this good stuff. And then we're gonna go through and there's different things that we can work on with each letter of the week and even colors and numbers. There's just really fun stuff in here. Okay, so along with the morning binder, there is a list of core books that goes along with this program. Let's go ahead and talk about those. So I have got a list of a couple books that are gonna be core books that you will need throughout this curriculum. One is a Bible. We have a couple kids' Bibles on hand, but the one we're gonna be going through is the Jesus Storybook Bible. So this is gonna be a core for this curriculum. We also have things to go through, things like character, and that is gonna be this big truths for little kids, as well as big thoughts for little people, which is such a cute book. We've been kind of going through it a little bit this last year in preschool, and Lola loves this book, so I can't wait to really dive into it deeper. Let's transition from the core to the math that is recommended. The Gentle and the Classical Preschool recommends this program for preschool, which is Preschool Math at Home by Kate Snow. I am super excited to use this one as I have been watching different YouTube videos and researching and reading all of the things. This is a program that moms are loving, and I'm super excited to use this. So to go with this program, I actually got a couple different math manipulatives that I wanted to share with you. We don't have anything over the top or fancy. I just got some of these counting blocks, which are fun. The kids have been playing with them already. But we've got some of these in the different colors. I also got these dice There's 2 different dice. They're a little bit bigger and they're foam, so these are gonna be fun to use. And then as well, I also got counting bears. So we're gonna go through and utilize these counting bears for different math activities. And then there's just a lot of really simple, great activities within this book that you don't necessarily need all of this stuff. You can use things like pennies to count, or buttons, or whatever it is that you have on hand. There's some really cool ideas that she shares of different items or manipulatives that you could use that you already have within your home. So I'm super excited to use preschool math at home for our math this year. Okay, so I have 2 programs that we're gonna be going through for her phonics. One is, you guys I'm sure have heard of it, is Explode the Code, but these are the Get Ready for the Code books. There is A, B, and C, and so we're gonna be going through, they're kind of like a primer for the Explode the Code series, and I've just heard great things about these. So as we're going through the alphabet, we are going to look carefully through these books and work our way through them in the hopes that throughout her pre-K year, we'll finish all of these 3 books, A, B, and C, and then we'll be ready to go to start reading and really diving into reading for her kindergarten year. Now, after we go through the Get Ready for the Code books, I have this Elemental Phonics program, which I'm super excited to use because I'm hoping that by the end of the year, she's gonna be ready to start doing some blending. So we will add this into her pre-K year when she's ready for that. But it's just got really simple lessons that are helping her to blend words together. And we're gonna start out with 2 letters, and we're gonna go through, and at the end of the book, she's going to be going through 3-letter words and then trying to put those together and reading sentences. So we will save this one for after we've gone through the Get Ready for the Code books and really try to get a jump start on reading before she gets to kindergarten. Next up is handwriting. I have a couple different programs that we're gonna be utilizing for handwriting and for different reasons. So the first one is Get Set for School. It's my first school book by Learning Without Tears. This is a great, gentle introduction to letters. I wouldn't say handwriting, but letters themselves. I didn't get the teacher's manual for this. I just got the green book itself, and I got a couple things that go along with it that will make learning her letters and going through a different letter of the week really fun. One of those things is this wooden piece set. You can learn how to build the letters, and I just think it would be a really fun way to use her hands to really understand how to build the letters and the shape of the letters in a fun way. So I got the wood piece set for that, and then I also got one of their little chalkboards, which I'm super excited to use, and they have a method in which they will use the whole of the little chalkboard, right? Let's say, for example, the letter N, and then the child has to take a little piece of a sponge that's wet and wipe it down. So they're really getting to know the letter itself because they have to form the letter with the wood, they have to erase it with the chalk, and it's just a really fun way to do letters of the week. Like I said, this is a very introductory, it really doesn't do handwriting, but it's just an introductory to the letters themselves. So we might get through that pretty quickly because it's just very simple and introductory. So another program I'm super excited to use for handwriting, and I feel like Lola will be so pumped to use this, is this Dash Into Handwriting by Dash Into Learning. And it is so cute. There is a letter of the week, but it really dives into tracing the letters, and you're starting by tracing, and then you're creating, and then you're doing it on your own. So it's just more advanced than the Learning Without Tears green book, and it's going to dive into each letter on a weekly basis. There's also some drawing in there and matching, and this is just really beautiful and really cute. They actually have 3 books, so we're gonna start with book 1. And I'm super excited about this. I feel like she's going to love this as a handwriting option. And those are what we're using for handwriting this year. As we get further into the pre-K year and Lola does start to do some blending, I have a couple different options for some decodable books. One of those is the Toddlers Can Read decodable books. There are 12 books within the series. It starts out a little bit easier, and then as they progress it gets a little bit harder. So these are just like 12 beginner reader books, and I am very excited to use these because we really loved the Toddlers Can Read letter sound cards and his whole program with that. We also have a bunch of Bob books. We were gifted these by one of the women in my Bible study, and I'm super excited. These are tried and true. Lots of people have used Bob books, so I'm excited to have a variety. And then the same company, the Dash into Handwriting, we got these Dash into Learning book sets. So these are so cute. They just have like the most beautiful illustrations, and they're just really cute, tiny little books. And there's 3 sets. They start out a little bit simpler, and as it progresses, it gets a little bit more difficult. So, you know, the first one is about Fan and Sam, and it's just absolutely beautiful, like I mentioned. And so I'm super excited to use these books in Lola's reading journey. And that is the decodable books that I have to start out small, and then it kind of progresses upward. And I'm hoping to get to these throughout our pre-K year as she continues to grow in her alphabet and her blending and all of her phonics reading excitement. There's so much exciting things I'm hoping to happen throughout the pre-K year, and I'm very excited to have all these resources to help Lola continue to develop in her reading journey. Okay, let's dive right on into science. I'm super excited for this year's science that we're gonna do. We didn't do science last year, we just did fun little preschool activities. This year we're actually gonna do a science, and it is a nature study. It is with the Gentle and Classical Press. It is their Nature Volume 1, and this is going to be covering inland waterways and forests, which is perfect for where we live. We live on over 80 acres of woodlands, so it's gonna be perfect for us to go out into nature, learn how to spot different trees and birds and frogs and butterflies, all of the things. This is gonna be a really fun curriculum for us to go through, and I think tie really well with the preschool that we're gonna be going through. So with this program, I got the bundle, and I got a teacher's manual, a nature collection notebook that we can either collect flowers and put in or take pictures of and journal about it. And then additionally, it has a student notebook. So there's lots of fun goodies that you get when you get the bundle. And then an additional thing that I got that isn't included, but I did purchase, is the planning grids. And I'm super excited to have this because it's organizational, and I like order and organization. So this is really inexpensive on the website, and I just added it right onto my order, and it was really worth it to me to have everything laid out in a schedule day by day and what you're gonna be going through. With that, I wanted to share what our core books are with the nature program. So there's a couple different books that we're gonna be going through as we go through the nature. One of them is this beautiful Nature Anatomy book by Julia Rothman. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm super excited to use this as one of our core books. Another book we're gonna be going through is The Frog and Toad. We're also going to be going through the Over and Under the Pond and Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt books. These are also really beautiful illustrations focused on nature, and I just really want to get my kids excited about being outside, and tying in literature with being outside in nature is just gonna be so fun. Lastly, we're gonna be using this DK Encyclopedia of Animals book and diving into a bunch of different animals that we are gonna be learning within our nature program. So this is gonna be a really fun year to dive into all of the nature things, and I feel like we are going to get so much out of it, especially with where we live. So that is our science for this year. I did want to mention that I am an affiliate for the Gentle and Classical Press, so if there is anything that you guys are interested in that I'm sharing today, or you're interested in their curriculum or any of their offerings on their website, I will be sure to link that down below. I really appreciate it when you guys use my link. And yes, let's get on to the next subject. Next up is geography. It's a little unorthodox to add geography to a pre-K's plate, but we love world studies. Lola has really got an interest in where we live and where we're at in the world. We have a map in our playroom that she likes to point out and ask about. We also do a reading time at night. We do a story time blanket, and it is a beautiful, cute little blanket that has the globe on it. It has different animals and cacti and structures on it. And they're always pointing like, this is where Gigi lives. There's cactuses there. There's kangaroos in Australia. So this was a really fun way. We're gonna do a geography, a sprinkle it in. We're not gonna do a huge deep dive, but I purchased the Beautiful Feet books Around the World with Picture Books teacher's guides. I did not get the whole program. I just got the teacher's guides. They were very, very affordable. And I'm gonna be going through part 1 with her during pre-K, and my plan is to go through part 2 with her next year in kindergarten. So this year we're gonna be going through Asia, Africa, Antarctica, and Australia, and we're just going to touch on these countries, and I'm gonna try and get the books that they recommend through the library, and then just use these books that I have as additional resources. So I have the DK People and Places book to add in. I have their Children Just Like Me. I also have This Is How We Do It. And then this is gonna be like a core book for us, and it is the Lonely Planet Kids, the travel book. This is a super cool book. I have been a fan of The Lonely Planet for a while, and I had no idea this book existed until I started researching different geography things for around the world. And it's just like a beautiful book, and it has little touch points for each country, and it's absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna be going through all of these books as additional resources for the program and learning about our different countries. And then I did get a couple things on Etsy that I'm super excited to add in just to learn about the continents. I printed off and laminated these continent sheets, and then we can use these and like use Play-Doh to fill them in and form the different countries. And I made these little, like again on Etsy, I made these little Velcro boards so that we're going to go through and learn about the different landmarks that are all over the world. And I got this cute little continents map that I printed from Etsy. I bought and printed off of Etsy, and again, it's just like a little busy board, but about the different continents. And then I got this really cute Dover coloring book for around the world, and there's different coloring pages that we can have her color as we are going through this program. So again, this isn't gonna be super intensive. I know a lot of people will use this curriculum as their core curriculum, so you can have it be as intensive or not, however you wanna do it, but we are really loving learning about where we're at in the world and the different cultures, because I think that she's so excited about this because I have such a heart for it and a love for it, that and a passion that she's slowly but surely picking up that same passion. So this is gonna be a fun unit type study that we're gonna do and sprinkle in throughout the year to learn about the different continents and the different countries that there are in the world. And that is geography. Last but not least is a fun category, the extra stuff that we're gonna be going through that's just really for fun. And I actually have a bunch of Kumon books, if I'm saying that right. The first one is my book of numbers 1 through 30. This year we had a goal of learning the numbers and really being able to learn and recognize and count from 1 to 10. And next year we're gonna increase that to 30. So this is a really cute book that we are going to add in, and it's really, again, like I said, just for fun. And then these books, I got one, and then the other, I saw the other one, and I was like, I have to have that too. So I have 2 books that are fairly similar. The first one is the Kumon, my first book of cutting. So we're gonna be going through this book as she practices with scissors. That's something we've been working on kind of towards the end of the year this year. It's been a new interest of hers. So we have some practice scissors, and then we have some regular kids scissors. And so we're gonna be going through learning how to cut. And then this one really appealed to me. I saw somebody on YouTube talk about it, and it is my big book of cutting, pasting, and drawing. So it starts out simple with some simple things, and then it gets more intensive as you go on. And I really like it because not only are they just cutting, but they're learning how to do pasting. They're cutting and then pasting. One thing that I really want her to dive into is drawing, and it's really cute. It has different lessons that teach you how to draw, like a watermelon, for example. So we're gonna start with the outline. We're gonna add this, we're gonna add these, and then we can color it at the end. So it's just a really good introduction for her to understand and learn how to draw, because my goal down the road is to do some notebooking when she's a little bit bigger. So this is just a really good introduction so that when we get to the stage of notebooking, that she'll be able to draw what she sees better. And I'm not a very good drawer, I'm not very artistic, so it would be a fun skill for her to have. So we're gonna be going through this book as well. Okay guys, that is it. Those are all of my picks for pre-K for my 4-year-old. If you are still hanging out at the end of this video, thank you so much. And this is kind of a longer one, and I appreciate you bearing with me to go through everything that I am so excited to use with my 4-year-old this year as we enter pre-K. It's going to be a super exciting school year for us as we dive into more of a systematic type program for our schooling. And I can't wait to share with you guys the process as we go through the school year and see how we do, things we need to adjust, all of that good stuff. We are just gonna be learning on the go, both her and I, especially as a first-time homeschool mom. But if you guys have any questions for me, or if there's any curriculums that you really love to use, please let me know in the comments below. I will be so excited to read about those. And if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe and also hit that notifications bell so you guys don't miss out on any new videos that we do. Actually, next week, I'm going to be giving you a tour of our entire schoolroom, so you will not want to miss out on that one. I'm gonna be doing a deep dive into all the different areas of our playroom / schoolroom. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you again so much for joining me for this week's video, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. We'll see you next time.
Hold me